You guys, Ontario is expected to be the coldest place on earth today, and the weather conditions are expected to change from 5 p.m. today. It's going to get extremely cold. Please send us your thoughts and prayers. Loki, I just want to go outside to play. Anyway, so I was reflecting on a conversation that I had with one of my egbons earlier today about the reality of living abroad as a first generation immigrant. And for context, egbon means elder sibling figure in the Yoruba culture. I'm Nigerian, I'm Yoruba. So literally what cushion looks like in Nigeria is that many middle class and upward families who have properties, those properties are fully paid for. Mortgage is not widespread yet in Nigeria. It's new, it's evolving, but for the most part, most properties are fully paid for. Now, for middle class families, those properties might not necessarily be in places like Lekki, Ikoyi, or other like affluent places, neighborhoods. They might be inside Lagos, like Idrishaga or Ikorodu, Yanopaja, outskirts of major cities, but they are available and they're comfortable. They exist. So, God forbid, if life happens, maybe somebody loses their ability to provide income due to illness or whatever, their basic survival is not threatened. They have where to go if life gets tough. Now, I think that basic survival in Nigeria, especially if you're middle class, does not require extreme resilience and tenacity, consistency. However, thriving does, right? And we both know that thriving is very different from basic survival. If you want to thrive, then you have to have those traits. Abroad, on the other hand, especially if you're a first generation immigrant, your cushion is entirely dependent on you. Like you're literally your own cushion. So your survival is tied to your ability to provide. Your survival is tied to your income. And whenever your income is impacted, everything else is at risk. Literally everything else, because of the bills that we have to pay every month, like the rent, the mortgage, the utilities, property tax. Those things do not pause, especially from an early immigrant perspective, where you've not spent years building residual income through investments, and you are like super dependent on your monthly income from your job. Yeah, that's entirely different story. My point is that abroad, resilience is required just for basic survival. While in Nigeria, resilience is not required for basic survival, especially if you're middle class and above. Thriving definitely requires way more effort in Nigeria, but basic survival doesn't require this amount of drive. Like you don't need this amount of drive to wake up and survive or to have a home to live in Nigeria. Survival is not that fragile. But abroad, survival is very fragile for first generation immigrants. If anything happens that this like significantly impacts your income, there is a risk of homelessness, like really just knocking at the door. Just wanted to share this. And this is not to say one country is better than the other. This is not that conversation. It's really just describing the reality at these countries. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.